The most successful sponsorship seekers I know are constantly reassessing their sponsorship program, always looking for feedback and always looking to see what's working and what's not working. And I would argue that most people look for feedback and look at what's working and look for results and try to emulate those results. The difference between the successful and those who are not successful in sponsorship is that the successful people look in the right place. In today's video, I'm going to show you where to look to get the best feedback about why your sponsorship program isn't performing. Check it out. This example may seem a bit strange at first, but bear with me, it will make sense. I was actually in a workshop once where the leader of the workshop did this exact exercise to teach us about principles in management and leadership and sales. And today I'm going to share it with you. During the war, a group of engineers were asked, how do we stop the planes from being shot down over the ocean on their way back to the aircraft carrier to refuel? The idea was that they were going to reinforce the planes with stronger steel, but they could only put so much steel onto the plane before it was too heavy to fly. And so the question was asked, what are the most important parts of the plane to protect? And how do we know? So as this group of engineers were talking, they started to ask the question, well, where are the most important parts of the plane? They were looking at planes that had landed on the aircraft carrier with bullet holes. And they were trying to decide the one most important thing to reinforce. So the question became, is it holes in the wings that we should reinforce? Of course, a plane can't fly without wings. Well, what about holes in the tail, bullet holes in the tail so that the plane can steer? And then the question arose, well, what about bullet holes in the cockpit where the pilot sits? Obviously, the plane can't fly without a pilot. The answer is likely to surprise you. Part of the plane that they decided to reinforce was not the wings, was not the cockpit, and was not the tail. It was this part of the plane right here, where the fuel is kept. How did they know? The very fact that these airplanes were landing with holes in the wings, holes in the cockpit, holes in the tail was proof that the planes could fly without reinforcing these areas. The airplanes that received damage to these areas arrived safely. The airplanes that ended up on the bottom of the ocean are airplanes that got hit in the fuel tank. I know what you're thinking. What does this have to do with sponsorship sales? Well, let me tell you. I hear from sponsorship seekers all the time that they sent out a gold, silver, bronze packet and somebody bought it. Therefore, gold, silver, bronze must work. They send out a stock package offering logos on stuff. Therefore, packages with logos on stuff must work. They sent out packages full of pictures of their opportunity. Therefore, convincing people that we're passionate about what we're doing works. The problem with that is that you're basing your intel on the wrong things. The sponsorship packages that go out and work only proves that your sponsorship package works on those types of sponsors. 97% of your sponsorship packages got thrown in the garbage, or to use this example, ended up at the bottom of the ocean. If you want to know what you have to change in your sponsorship package, you must look to the garbage can, the recycling bin, the bottom of the ocean, and see why those sponsorship packages failed, not why a small number of your sponsorship packages succeed. So rather than looking at your existing sponsorship program and trying to do more of that to get more sponsors, what you really need to do is look to the rejection pile to discover why these approaches, tactics, techniques didn't work on the overwhelming vast majority of the prospects you contacted. If what you heard today resonated with you and you want to go a bit deeper into how to build a sponsorship program the right way, I've actually dropped a link in the comments below to some free training that I put together all about best practice sponsorship and how to build your sponsorship program. Check it out.